I want you to think about something. When I was using Codex, well, actually, when I was integrating Codex into the app so I can control my PC through the Codex app. In other words, I can use Codex from my mobile phone and have it to do things for me. I started thinking, is ChatGPT done? What I started thinking was the fact that I don't use ChatGPT like I used to. What do I mean by that? I use ChatGPT, but I'm in the Codex app more than I'm in ChatGPT. I may ask some quick questions to ChatGPT, but I'm using the Codex app to actually do stuff instead of asking questions, getting answers, or having conversations. I'm actually getting stuff done with the Codex app. Does this mean ChatGPT is going away? I think that's the big question. I think that's something that we need to think about as we're moving forward.
OpenAI's Codex. And this here on the right is OpenAI's ChatGPT. And what if I told you that their giant plan is to combine both of these applications? This is not a conspiracy theory. They announced it today in this presentation that outlines the entire future of OpenAI, and it outlines exactly where AI agents are going.
I'm very excited to share that in the next few weeks, we're going to be putting Codex into ChatGPT. It's that simple. With Codex and ChatGPT, everyone will have access to the most powerful agents at work and in daily life. Your agents will be available in one unified experience wherever you're working, whether that's on your desktop, on your phone, or in your browser. And in the tools you know and love, like Excel or Slack, or even our top enterprise feature requests, even in PowerPoint.
So it's already there. So when I went to set up Codex on my phone, I do it through the ChatGPT app. And what happens, if you open your ChatGPT app, and I've got a Windows computer, you'll see Codex. And then that will open up the Codex app for you. But when I'm on my phone, it accesses it through ChatGPT. So it'll say Codex, and then I'll see everything from my Codex in my ChatGPT app. And then it just gets to work. And like I was saying earlier, it made me think about it. I'm using Codex more than I use ChatGPT. I may ask some quick questions, but if I want to look at my emails or get a summary of my emails, write an email. It can make PowerPoints. So it can draft them for you. It can create Excel spreadsheets. So when I want to do things, I'm in Codex. And I think I've shifted definitely to doing more than to having ChatGPT to ask it questions or to add it to a workflow of something that I'm doing, to actually have it to do something for me. The other thing is, Mind Studio, I'm able to create agents. However, the advantage here is with Mind Studio, I would manually create an agent. You can use AI to spin up an agent for you, and then you start using it. With this, I can just tell ChatGPT what I want to do with whatever it's connected to, and it just gets to work. So I think this is an interesting shift.
Okay, let's break this down real quick. So as of today, Codex and ChatGPT are different products. However, in the very near future, these two products are coming together. And yes, if you've been following my videos, you do know that there's actually a Codex feature inside the ChatGPT app. This Codex feature allows you to connect to Codex as kind of this remote. I can go for a walk, go on with my day. And I do this often. I do this every day where I just open up ChatGPT and I'm using Codex through ChatGPT. But they aren't fully integrated. It's not like a seamless product experience yet. And so over the coming months, we're going to see these tools really come together, whether it's on a desktop app, your mobile app, or your browser. And speaking of desktop apps, like I actually have a ChatGPT desktop app on my computer. I don't use it. I don't even know if OpenAI is using it. I use the Codex app, and the fact that they're separate apps is still a little bit confusing. And so one of their main beliefs is that like you shouldn't have to decide which power tool to use. Their whole goal is to just put intelligence in one single intelligent platform and then put that everywhere you work.
To make all this possible, our agents are going to have to evolve quite significantly, from primarily running locally on your computer to running persistently, working persistently in the cloud. So you might not be working 24/7, but your agents in the cloud will be working 24/7.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys, Nina just built a...
In summary, our vision for...
So like he was mentioning, he'd go for a walk and access his computer. I can do the same thing. So you have the ChatGPT app, you click that Codex button. Now you're in Codex, and now you can have it to do or your agents to do things on your computer, access files on your computer, send emails. So the same way you would work with Codex, being in front of your computer, now you can have it to do tasks while you're on your phone. You can tell it to do things and it will give you updates. So you can go for a walk and still be doing work while your computer is sitting at home.
Putting Codex into ChatGPT is agents wherever you need them, constantly accelerating work in the background and helping everyone get more done. But today I also want to share something else. I want to share how we're going to elevate the work that you do with agents, making all your agents smarter and more effective. So work has already moved to asking agents to accomplish tasks. This is not anything new, but we're now heading towards this next level of autonomy where you give an agent a goal, you let it figure out how to get there, and then you have it keep working until it succeeds at that goal. And if you've been following our latest releases with Codex, we've shipped features recently like the goal command, which really bring this to life. Today, we're taking another step forward. So we're going to show you a few things. First, we're going to show you role-specific agent plugins that give agents the domain knowledge and tools to take on meaningful work for you and your team. Second, annotations, a new way to collaborate with the model directly in the tools you use every day, from spreadsheets to presentations. And third, something new but familiar, a way to turn work into something interactive, shareable, and much closer to software.
So you mentioned conversations to goals. And in the Codex app, if you haven't been watching super closely, they released a feature called /goal. So if you're using Codex and you type /goal, this pops up right here. And basically it allows you to just type in any sort of final output or final output goal that you want, and Codex will just work until that's done. But beyond goal, which is just like super long lasting tasks, there's also something else that OpenAI has been talking about a lot. Specifically, Sam Altman, in one of his recent interviews, I actually couldn't find it. I tried to find it. But he starts talking about something that's pretty interesting, that just things should start to happen around you. And in order for AI to do things for you in the background, it actually has to know your goals, right? And that's why context is so important. So AI is starting to get access to your email, right? You're giving it your email, you're giving it your calendar, and in some cases, you're giving it your iMessages and text. On Codex, it can actually fully control your iMessages, and it can text people directly through Codex, which I find to be incredibly interesting and fun. But through this, they can actually understand your goals. And so when AI understands your goals and the things that you're trying to do, and it's very well connected and can make high conviction guesses as to what your goals are, it's able to spin up agents in the background that might help you accomplish those goals. And that's one thing that OpenClaw did really well, is your agent started doing things that surprised you based on your goals, right? This is the feature called Heartbeat through OpenClaw. Was basically like every 30 minutes, it's going to wake up, it's going to check your stuff. Hey guys, quick break to talk about Billy, an AI agent that I created on chorus.com. We started building this because we wanted an agent with the reliability of Codex and Claude Code, the customizability of OpenClaw and Hermes, and we wanted people to be able to set it up in 3 minutes on iMessage. So Billy, my Chorus agent, sends me a morning update along with an updated mini app, which shows how many partnership pitches, how many things are waiting on me, and how many meetings I have in that day. My favorite skill is it comes pre-baked with the ability to search YouTube. So I could say something like, hey, buddy, I need you to research my last 3 videos and tell me how I can do better. Look at my competitors and tell me what YouTube videos that I should make that would be really popular, that my audience would really like. Think for a while, 10 minutes, and do in-depth research and prepare a PDF. And so because this is an AI agent, just like OpenClaw or Claude Code that runs persistently on a computer, the agent can do anything that Claude Code can do. On chorus.com, you can see all of its files, including the agents.md, identity, and soul, if you're used to OpenClaw. You can configure skills. There's a marketplace of hundreds of skills that you can get. There's many different platforms. You can connect it to iMessage, WhatsApp, and Slack, and you can set up any of these connections. You can also set up automations incredibly easily just by typing to your agent. And my favorite feature is you can add your agent to a group chat. So say, hey, Billy, this is Anj. I'm filming a video. Give me some ideas for use cases for the agent. And so this will create a new group chat, and my agent, Billy, will immediately start responding. And there you go. Here's Billy's response. Yo, Anj, Billy here. You are now to act as Anj's and I's executive assistant and help us with everything we need help with.
Tell Monday what you need. We're creating an agent and naming him Tony. Now let's give him context.
Yep, so this is basically Claude Code running in your group message directly.
So I'm wondering, what do you think about this? Do you think this merging or this tie-in with ChatGPT and Codex is a good thing? I think it's a great thing. I think that's where things are going. I think when you look back when they talked about 2026 being the year of agents, it's gone above and beyond the year of agents. And I'm only thinking about where this is going to go as this technology trickles down, more and more people start using the technology. I would love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to get more of this content.